Hello everyone, Grand Captain Speedy Dash here. Last time on What If Kakarot lands at the Red Ribbon headquarters, Red leads a task force to Babidi's spaceship. How will Red handle Majin Piccolo? Find out now. At the Red Ribbon Castle, Kakarot, Kanin, and Scarlet are greeted by two strange beings. Shin and Kobito introduce themselves and explain that they have come to Earth to attempt to stop Majin Buu from being awakened. As Shin finishes stating that they need to find Babidi's spaceship, Kakarot pulls out a picture of a spaceship, with Shin confirming that's Babidi's spaceship. Kakarot explains that Red took a task force there, and they should finish it shortly, but Shin is worried that doing so just made the situation worse. Just then, Kakarot senses two familiar energies fighting and questions what is happening. Red begins fighting with Majin Piccolo, with Red having a slight edge in Super Saiyan 2. While he has an edge, Red is conflicted because he knows Piccolo is connected to the Dragon Balls, but Piccolo is too strong to treat lightly. Kakarot, Scarlet, Kanin, Shin, and Kobito shortly arrive. Shin is confused why only one of them is fighting Babidi's henchmen, with Vegeta stating that as warriors they prefer 1v1s, with Kakarot questioning how Babidi got Piccolo to be his henchman. Shin explains that Babidi is able to draw out the evil in one's heart to mind control his target, and that they need to finish off Piccolo before they give too much energy to Majin Buu. Kakarot explains that Piccolo is connected to the Dragon Balls, with Shin questioning what the Dragon Balls are. Deciding to heed Shin's warning, Kakarot rushes in to help knock Piccolo out, with Raditz also joining in. Together, the three are able to quickly knock Piccolo out. Red is annoyed that his fight was interrupted, but is glad that the Dragon Balls are safe. Shin is surprised by their power, but states that the threat isn't over until Babidi is finished and they should quickly take care of Babidi. Just then, they all feel a massive surge of energy, with Shin stating that Babidi succeeded with reviving Buu. Red states he won't let someone run roughshod on his planet, and rushes along with Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz, while Shin and Kobito shortly follow. Kakarot, Scarlet, and Kanin grab Piccolo and return to Red Ribbon Castle. Red asks Shin if the pink blob is really Majin Buu, with Shin confirming, to the delight of Babidi. They are uneasy with the strength of Buu, but Red wants the first shot before rushing in. Majin Buu eagerly starts fighting Red, with Buu easily dominating Red. Shin says they need to all fight Buu together, but they aren't budging. At the Red Ribbon Castle, Kakarot arrives with Gold and Dr. Gero confused at what is happening. Kakarot explains what he knows of the situation, stating that Red's task force are currently taking care of Buu. Gold states that Red is fighting alone, getting weaker, while Buu's strength seems constant, with Kakarot quickly realizing Gold is right. Kakarot hands Piccolo over to Kanin and tells him and Scarlet to take Piccolo to a holding cell and stay at the castle while Kakarot and Gold attempt to help. Red keeps blasting holes in Majin Buu, but Buu quickly regenerates without taking any damage, while Red starts slowing down. It isn't long until Kakarot and Gold arrives, joining in, helping Red fight Majin Buu. Even with them all working together, they aren't making any progress, with Red and Kakarot slowing down, but Gold is able to keep fighting at full strength. Kakarot states he has a plan before pulling back and calls out for King Kai. Shin is surprised by the plan and says they need to keep Buu busy until Kakarot is done, but Vegeta states that he'll finish the fight before Kakarot finishes, with Raditz and Nappa also joining in. As they are fighting Buu, Shin takes this chance and kills Babidi. Kakarot continues to charge the Spirit Bomb until it's finally ready. After finishing, Kakarot yells for them to get out of the way as he begins to throw the Spirit Bomb at Buu. Buu tries to fight back against the Spirit Bomb but is soon enveloped by it, with it shortly blowing up. They shortly return to the battlefield searching for any trace of Buu, but they aren't able to find anything. After realizing Buu is gone, Shin thanks Kakarot for his help in defeating Buu, with Red taking a little offense of Shin downplaying what he did. Shin offers Kakarot extra training despite Kibito's disgust, and after a little pushing, offers Red the same training as well. Red is the one to train most on the sacred planet of the Kais, leading to him pulling and breaking the Z-Sword, releasing Elder Kai. Elder Kai questions it but ultimately offers to unlock Red's potential, with Red happily accepting. After some time, Elder Kai finishes, with Kakarot ready and waiting to test Red. Kakarot goes Super Saiyan 2 while Red goes Ultimate. Red has a clear edge over Kakarot until Kakarot pulls out a new form he has recently achieved. Super Saiyan 3 Kakarot has a slight edge over Ultimate Red, but the fight soon shifts, with Red taking the edge as Kakarot starts to slow down. Kakarot is sad about losing, while Red is disappointed that his full power is still weaker than Kakarot's. Elder Kai is surprised by how strong both of them are and thinks the universe is in safe hands. Meanwhile, Piccolo has joined the Red Ribbon Empire and is slowly earning their trust. Raditz' son Gohan and Vegeta's son Trunks both seem to take a liking to Piccolo. Time passes until Kakarot is skipping Bulma's birthday party to train on the sacred planet of the Kais. Elder Kai begins freaking out and demands that Kakarot hide, with Kakarot shortly hiding. Beerus arrives and is annoyed at Elder Kai being released, but quickly asks to see the sand. Kakarot rushes out and greets Beerus, with Elder Kai yelling at Kakarot. Beerus asks if Kakarot knows anything about the Super Saiyan God, but Kakarot is completely clueless. Kakarot goes through his forms to see if any of them is what Beerus is looking for, but none are. Afterward, Kakarot asks if he can fight Beerus, which enrages Elder Kai, but Beerus accepts the challenge. Kakarot tries his hardest, but doesn't get much of a reaction from Beerus. It isn't long until Beerus gets bored and knocks Kakarot out in a single hit. Beerus thinks it was a decent warm-up, but he still wants to search for the Super Saiyan God. Whis states that there are 9 more Saiyans on planet Earth, including Prince Vegeta, with Beerus saying that will be their next stop. Elder Kai gets in contact with Vegeta and warns him about Beerus defeating Kakarot, and that Vegeta needs to try and keep Beerus happy and avoid Red challenging Beerus to a fight. Beerus arrives and asks Vegeta about the Super Saiyan God, with Vegeta being just as clueless as Kakarot. Bulma, not knowing who Beerus is, invites Beerus and Whis to the party, thinking they're friends of Vegeta. Vegeta is able to keep Beerus happy, but just as Beerus is about to leave, Kakarot teleports in. Kakarot asks Red if he can use the Dragon Balls to summon the Super Saiyan God for Beerus. Summoning Shenron, Kakarot asks for Shenron to bring the Super Saiyan God to them. Shenron states there isn't currently a Super Saiyan God, but does tell them the ritual to create a Super Saiyan God before leaving. There is an argument about who should be the Super Saiyan God, but ultimately Red is chosen. They perform the ritual with Red becoming a Super Saiyan God. Beerus is pleased that his patience has been rewarded and prepares to get the fight he was looking for. Red takes a little bit of time to get used to the power, but even when used to it, he isn't a match for Beerus. Kakarot shortly enters the fight as another Super Saiyan God. Red is a bit annoyed, but together they are doing better against Beerus, but it still isn't enough. Vegeta joins the fight as another Super Saiyan God. Gold soon joins the fight as yet another Super Saiyan God, with Beerus getting annoyed at them spamming the ritual and tells them to stop doing the ritual before stating that he's done fighting for the day. Beerus is kinda annoyed at how many Super Saiyan Gods there suddenly are. Kakarot asks if they could get training to become even stronger, with Beerus deciding he'll allow up to 3 at a time to be trained by Whis on his planet, but they need to bring an offering every time they come. After Beerus leaves, they go about doing the Super Saiyan God ritual on the remaining Saiyans present. Now all 10 Saiyans can go Super Saiyan God. I'll end the part here for now. How will the Super Saiyan God bargain sale affect future events? Find out next time on What If Kakarot Lands at the Red Ribbon Headquarters. If you enjoy my content, check out my Discord to see the community I'm building, and like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any money to spare, maybe consider throwing all of it my way. And as always, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are.